Are you frustrated and overwhelmed trying to lose that stubborn fat that appeared once menopause entered the picture? I get it. It's tempting to double down on those things that used to work, but they actually might be making things worse. Trust me, I've been there. I remember breaking down in tears thinking my body was broken because nothing seemed to work anymore. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 common mistakes that women over 40 make that might be sabotaging their weight loss efforts. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to stop and what to start instead to finally see the results you've been chasing. So let's dive in and start making weight loss a little easier for you. So number 1, you probably instinctively know because you've had a lot of life experience, but you've got to stop chasing those quick fixes. And I get it. It's so tempting as you're scrolling internet and you see, oh, this weight loss program, they lost so many pounds in 30 days. I know I get curious when I see those dramatic before and after pictures. What did they do? Could I just adopt one little thing and get those results? But the fact of the matter is, those quick fixes that might have gotten us something in our 20s and 30s, they're just not working for us in midlife. Usually you have a short-term strategy for those short-term results. You can restrict calories, you can exercise really hard, white knuckle your way through a 30-day program. But what happens after that? Do you rebound, yo-yo, beat yourself up again, and then on to the next quick fix? Instead, we're older and wiser. Let's adopt building a healthy lifestyle that we love, one habit at a time, because we're in this for the long term. We need a long-term strategy for those long-term results. We want to age stronger and healthier. This is not drastic changes to get those drastic results. We want slow and steady habits that build on each other so that you are building that lifestyle that's going to last forever. Just take baby steps and nothing feels too drastic. And then you're going to start seeing those longer term results. So with that being said, I'd love to know what's the craziest diet you've ever tried. I know for me, I watched Chris Powell and Heidi Powell on, I think it was Extreme Weight Loss or something, and they had talked about carb cycling, and they had a list of high carb foods and low carb foods. And at the time I wasn't a big vegetable eater and I just really didn't do it probably quite right. But on the high carb days, life was good. But on the low carb days, my energy was tanked. I just felt miserable. I think probably I only lasted 2 weeks on that because the whole thing just made me miserable. You don't have to be miserable as you're making those slow and steady changes. Now, number 2, we as midlife women have beaten ourselves up, shamed ourselves by watching that number on the scale. That number on the scale either determines whether we've been good or we've been bad. But I want you to take the drama away from it. Instead of like, why can't I lose weight? Why can't I do this? Instead say, how can I? How can I adjust my habits? Because your body is changing and your strategies need to change as well. So instead of just giving up and say, oh, I can't do this, ask yourself, how can I? A lot of times when I coach clients, they always know what that next step is. They know that one baby step that they could do a little better. If you would lean into that and start not making you good or bad, but just being observant, getting curious, what could I do instead? Maybe this is, my portions have gotten a little out of hand. Maybe I dial that back a little. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep. Maybe I'll prioritize that a little. Start being observant instead of shaming yourself. Because when you shame yourself, all you want to do is just give up. Like we think we need that to be that mean girl voice in our head, make ourselves do this. Instead, I think you deserve a gentler approach. What little tweaks do you need to do to your habits to start getting on the right path to feeling better and aging healthier? If you're tired of trying to figure this out on your own, I'd love to help. Book a free call with me and let's see how we can work together to develop a plan that fits in your life and get you the results that you deserve. Details in the caption. Number 3, I just heard a lady at the gym talk about this and I was like, oh no. But it's similar to number 1, where we're jumping back into those quick fixes that we did when we were younger. She was complaining about menopause weight. She's like, I just can't lose this 20 pounds. So she was going to workouts at 5 in the morning. She was going at 8. Sometimes she was going at night. She was like, I got to get back into exercise. I got to get this weight off. Sometimes our approach to exercise also needs to change. We were taught, Jane Fonda, make it burn and all that crazy cardio. Sometimes that's just adding to the stress of our body and we need to do things differently. Strength training is going to give you more bang for your buck because it's building that muscle so your metabolism gets a little higher. And you also need to incorporate that cardio and stability and stretching. You need to have a more well-rounded approach. I read a book, I think it was How to Live Longer or something, but he was talking about how decathlons are not great. They're not the best at any of their sports, but what they are, they're cross-training all the sports. So overall, they're excellent. We have lots of things we want to do as we age, so we need to be cross-training. We need to be able to have that stamina to climb stairs and walk wherever we want to go. We need to be able to lift heavy things like groceries and grandkids, but we also need to have that stability and stretching so that we don't fall and we can continue to do our active lifestyle. You need to incorporate a more balanced approach to exercise and don't exercise to get skinny. I really want you to focus on exercising to get stronger. Number 4 was bad diet advice we got. I don't remember what stage of the whole diet scenario, but it was to continue to snack, healthy snacks to rev up your metabolism. But that actually is a big mistake. You don't want to be constantly eating throughout the day. Every time you eat, your body gets glucose in your bloodstream. That's your blood sugar. And your body is kind of lazy. So if that glucose is readily available right there in your bloodstream, of course it's going to use it for your energy. But when there's no glucose readily available in the bloodstream, then it can go to your fat storages and start to burn that for energy. And we'd much rather be in that fat burning mode. But we can't get there if we're constantly eating, when our blood sugar is constantly high, and then it crashes and we want to eat more. So that constant snacking is really sabotaging your weight loss efforts. So if you could eat 3 meals that are balanced with protein, fiber, healthy fats, maybe a little bit of carbs, that should keep you full till the next meal. And then adjust. If you're getting hungry 2 hours later, then maybe you're eating too many carbs. Start getting curious because you should be able to go 3 to 4 hours between meals without snacking. So start working on that. Analyze your meals. How could you get fuller at the meal and then not have to snack? A lot of times that snacking is just a habit anyways, and you're not really hungry for food. Maybe you're hungry for entertainment, to soothe your emotions, just out of boredom or habit. Instead of snacking, focus on balanced meals that will maintain a stable blood sugar and will help you get into that fat burning mode later. And number 5, we midlife women need to stop stressing out so much. I know that's easier said than done, but we are in the habit of taking care of everyone else ahead of ourselves. So we're constantly juggling everything. And then with the menopausal changes, our sleep is disrupted. Our anxiety levels are a little higher than they're used to. And we're not allowing ourselves to rest and recover like we should. Cortisol is that stress hormone. And when it is high, our body knows we are in fight or flight mode and we need to hold on to that fat in case we need it. And it's that whole mentality of hold on to what you got until this danger is over. But we never get to that relax mode. We've got to give ourselves permission to take breaks, to go to bed on time, even if everything doesn't get done, to do that self-care during the day, find fun things to do, have hobbies that really interest you. You don't have to be a human doing. You can just be a human being. Just focus in on how to lower that stress. Yes, it's more challenging than it was in our younger days. We don't have that letdown after we start our period to kind of calm us down. So we have to work a little harder to find that calm. But when you calm yourself down, your body can release some of that fat it's been holding on to because it's been in that constant fight or flight mode. Remember, lasting weight loss isn't about working harder or white knuckling your way through. It's about working smarter. Yes, our bodies are changing, but our strategies can change right along with that. By stopping these common mistakes and focusing on what truly supports our bodies, you can finally start to see those results you've been striving for. Curious about what to eat? You want to watch this video where I give you 5 foods I eat every week to feel my best during this menopause era.